Ugh.
Let me take.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much. Oh, that is an awful cup of tea. Hello, and welcome to The Third Degree, the show where we take probably far too much of an in-depth look at stuff that most people really don't care about. And today, the inaugural episode on this brand new channel, just for those of you who used to watch on the old channel. Today we are talking about the greatest movie scenes of all time. Now, we've both come up with a couple of ideas for this topic. We're not going to make it too long of a video, hopefully, he says. And then we're going to be talking about what exactly it is that makes a movie scene great. Do you want to kick it off with
I think
one of yours?
Let's start with defining a great movie.
Okay.
'Cause when I was thinking about this topic, I found myself more picking iconic scenes.
Yeah.
Iconic scenes from history. So one that popped into my head, for example, is the opening scene of Raiders of the Lost Ark,
I
where
had that as
Harrison
well.
Ford's running away from the boulder, etc. But is that a great scene, or is it just so iconic?
Yeah. I had
That
that
you remember
discussion.
it?
Yeah. In my head.
So a couple of the ones that I was thinking about do come up like that, and you think, oh, that's one of the most memorable movie scenes of all time.
Yeah.
But are they
Great.
great?
Yeah.
Can you really call them good, or are they just memorable?
Yeah.
And what's the difference there?
Yeah, I get that, because I was trying to think about the criteria, because like whenever we've done these before, we've both tried to figure out criteria to judge things by.
Yeah, got to quantify
And
everything.
with mine, I was struggling to actually make it the difference between whether it's technically a great scene, or whether it's well written, or whether it's just that indescribable moment where it's like it gives you those little tingles in the back of your neck.
Yeah,
And I think there's room for both.
it's got to make you feel something.
Yeah. If it can get you hyped, then I think it's a good scene immediately, whether it's technically brilliant or not.
I think it's the moment that when you're watching it with someone new, and you're like, oh, this bit,
Yeah.
this bit, that moment.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
A couple of these I think I've done that with, actually. Yep.
And some of the ones that I picked out were they're just so innovative and well executed scenes from across cinema. And I think that is important. If they do something new to movies and do it well, I think that's really important.
Yeah. And also, the exact opposite is what I found. A lot of very nostalgic scenes.
Yeah.
If it's a throwback to something. It's like, not a great movie, but great scene. Superman Returns when
When he catches the plane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
It's great.
It's one of the best scenes in a Superman movie for me.
That was the opposite of Smallville. It's like you wait 10 years to see a guy fly and catch stuff.
You could have been
Whereas-
done on that side. Yeah, no, I agree. You get straight into the action with that.
It's straight away. You know this is a really strong guy that can fly.
Yeah.
First 10 minutes.
Yeah, we know who
know it.
Superman is by now.
Yeah.
Just show us Superman being Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need an origin or anything.
Yeah,
It's like when they, with Spider-Man Homecoming, when they just jump straight in with
get
the
straight
action.
into it.
Yeah. But anyway, so you think that's one of the greatest things?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't on my list. It just came to me right now when you were talking about it. But yeah.
No, I did think of that one because I thought, what's... But then again, that's memorable. Is it great?
I think so, because it's that.
Yeah.
Gets
it
that
helps
tingly.
with the...
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of mine have got to do with music as well. When you get a swell of music for it,
Yeah.
you know, whether that's the creators trying to make it that hero shot scene that's just we know we just made something awesome.
It's a shame the rest of the film was total ass.
Oh, yeah.
But there's probably 5-7 minutes.
Yeah, I think the
Of
whole
screen
intro is
before,
quite good, because you intro with Lex Luthor. That's a really cool intro for Lex Luthor. It's the exact opposite to that, but we don't talk about Kevin Spacey too much, so it's right. None of you saw that conversation in one of the earlier episodes.
That should just be like a little cut and then a snap to something completely different.
I don't think I've still got that clip. I think I got rid of it ages ago.
Good.
Right, is there anything else you want to add to the discussion about what makes it great, or do you just want to kick it off and then we can tie it in
No,
a
I
bit
think
there.
let's just go for it. I think new and innovative, memorable, an
Yeah.
emotional response,
Yeah.
and obviously the music helps.
Yeah.
But that's all part of the cinematography, I think.
Yeah.
So we can just include general cinematography. But cool. I think we've established
Yep.
some sort of
Yep, that's a good
quantifiable factors
good
to
ground
discuss.
rules. What time are we on? Okay, we've already been talking for 7 minutes, so let's kick it off.
Yeah, let's think. Go.
Okay, let's just go back onto that bandwagon. The end of The Usual Suspects.
I can't say I've ever seen The Usual Suspects.
It's the to getting Kevin Spacey. That's why I was trying to tie it in, but whatever. And he comes out of the police precinct and he's fooled everyone, and then he's
yeah.
walking funny, and then he starts to walk normally.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of bit, and you're like, shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the scene. Yeah, I haven't
it's
seen
exactly.
the film
It's
yet,
one
but-
of the things everybody knows.
Yeah.
The scene, even if you haven't seen the film, it doesn't.
That's like everybody knows the scene, American Beauty, Kevin Spacey again. But you know that bit where he's fantasizing about the cheerleader and the rose petals and whatever else
I don't know.
falling
I don't
on
think
it.
I've again.
That's a
another film I've
memorable
ever
movie
seen.
scene. But why is it a great scene? I don't know. But it's one of those that sticks in your head.
Yeah. So would you count it as a great scene, or do you just think it's memorable? So
I
you
just
think
think it's memorable. It doesn't give
okay. Yeah.
any other kind of response apart from you're like, oh, this is a defining moment of cinema history. Is this particular scene here?
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
We should probably stop talking about Kevin Spacey as well.
Yeah. We're not going to mention Kevin Spacey again on this episode. Right. You go with another one because I've got some notes and just made some little bits. Have you got any other ones that you want to talk about?
I got a couple, yeah. I really want to mention the parade scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Because everyone's at that point is starting to doubt whether, well, why is Ferris doing all this kind of crap? And then he just appears on the float singing Dankeschön, and then...
Yeah.
But then, like you said earlier, any scene from Ferris Bueller, like where he's running through the gardens...
Yeah. The beginning, the
your
opening
home.
monologue, I think is such a...
Yeah.
I think it's great because what other film had done what is essentially... It seems like a vlog. It's
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller vlogging his morning.
It's Hollywood breaking the fourth wall, which I
Yeah.
can't think of any... for a considerable amount of time.
It's a good, 5-minute scene?
Yeah,
intro
but he does
to
it a
that?
lot throughout the rest
Yeah.
of the film as well, which is... It's an iconic part of the film, is that fourth wall break.
Yeah.
It includes you more within the story, within the narrative.
Yeah.
Gets you
Yeah,
more invested
definitely.
in the character.
One that I can't believe I forgot, and this is, for me, kind of what spurred the idea of this video, is the charge of the Rohirrim from The Return of the King. I still think is
thought
one
this
of
one
the technically and just everythingly.
It's how well lit that
Best.
scene is that gets me every single time. It's just like the sun
Yeah.
of just coming out there like that,
Yeah.
and then the horses just start to appear.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, if you just watch the films and then you can think, oh, this is an awesome scene.
Yeah.
But then if you're a massive nerd and you've actually gone and watched all of the behind the scenes just for that scene, and you realise these people actually physically had over 200 horses barreling down a field.
It's quite astounding, but you need to know that bit of behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
it depends how
knowledge
you
there.
look at it, because, like, if you're already emotionally invested, that scene's friggin' amazing anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Either way, it's just amazing.
no matter how
thing
you
to
think of
see.
it, yeah. I think visually it was... A lot of that trilogy was groundbreaking. But I think specifically that bit, because it tied up everything that they'd tried to do so far with the, artificial intelligence, CGI and all that kind of stuff, and tying everything together. Just gets me tingly back of neck, even just thinking about it, that scene. It's like, oh,
No,
yeah.
I did think of that one, but then my greatest scene from the Lord of the Rings whole trilogy is the bit right near the end when they've gone to distract Sauron and the armies of
For
Mordor in
Frodo
front of the
scene.
back gate, and Aragorn
Yeah.
just turns to Gandalf and says, "For Frodo," and then runs in,
Yeah.
and then Merry and Pippin.
Yeah,
is like,
it's just
"Oh
the
my
two.
God,
Yeah. I think that's the moment more than the
yeah,
like the whole scene, but I think the moment where Merry and Pippin run forward I think that, yeah, it was nearly on there, to be fair, for mine.
That was great.
Yeah.
It still makes me think, oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like it was almost like the return of the Fellowship. Like everybody,
Yeah.
they disappeared at the end of Fellowship for the Two Towers, and then right at the end of Return of the King, they
They're
all come back together.
within a very...
It's all about them finding each other. So they find
Yeah.
each other at the first one, they're apart for the second one, and they come back together.
Yeah.
And that point there is the final thing. It's like, because they all think he's dead.
Yeah.
They don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah.
And I think, right, we've got to hope that he's in there. We've got to give him a chance.
Mm.
And they do. And then they see Sharon fall, and they see the mountain blow up, and they think, oh, shit, dead. But just great.
Yeah, no, excellent, both of them. Yeah, it was very nearly on my list. You were talking about Raiders of the Lost Ark and whether it was memorable or iconic or great or whatever, what you want to classify it as. One that I would class as a great scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark is the horseback chase scene.
Yeah.
The convoy of the Nazi...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's
That
on the
is great,
horse,
yeah.
and it's like, oh man, this is hype. This is, whoo! Yeah, it's one of those scenes that when you think of it, it makes you think, oh damn, I've got to go watch that film.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
It also groundbreaking, like when they made the Nazis' face melt at the end.
Oh,
That was something that hadn't really been seen in Hollywood before. And I think that is memorable as well. That film, just in general, these films that we've been talking about so far,
yeah, just groundbreaking, amazing films, yeah.
in cinema history. I think
a great scene on its own.
yeah, it's difficult to pick a great scene out of a poor movie.
Yeah, actually, I have a couple of those. I will tell you a couple of those if you want to build on this.
Yeah, we can do that.
Films I like. One film that people hate but I like, and I think is a good film, but this scene in particular is what people would probably class as a great scene from a bad movie. First Flight from Man of Steel.
The bit where he's in the Arctic.
When he walks out of the Fortress of Solitude and he jumps and he
Yeah.
falls, and then it's that slow build with the cape flowing, and then he sort of puts his fist on the ground, and it all starts to sort of reverberate, and then it's just, and then you see him, and he's actually it's the only time in the movie you see this character happy is when he's flying and he's laughing and he's smiling, and then you see, and then it goes like across the world, and he's sort of flying through the savannah and shit, and he goes through the rocks like Superman 3.
How dare you mention Superman 3?
I think that's just one of the best scenes in the film. And just to tie it up, the first time you see Batman in the sequel, that sort of slow build suspense scene with the cops in that house and the human traffickers. And then he just sort of, and he's looking around, he's got his torch, and then he just flicks it up into the corner, and it's just Batman there, and he just starts crawling along the wall.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
like in
brands
Black
that guy.
Panther, where in the near the beginning of that, when they're looking around and then they look up in the trees,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
he's
like,
just there. Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Great, congratulations to Black Panther on all those Oscars as well. Wicked.
Yeah. I haven't caught
Wicked.
too much on the Oscars.
Good
yeah.
for them. I did have a feeling that they'd win all that. Yeah.
Just to mention again, because we're talking about good scenes in bad movies, the warehouse fight scene from the end of that film as well,
From the end of
Batman v Superman,
oh yeah,
is a phenomenal Batman fight scene.
it's just well choreographed.
Yeah.
In general, for a fight scene.
But it's like what any Batman fan, it's more who that's for. Like anybody who's followed Batman for any length of time, that scene was just like, okay, we've had this awesome video game interpretation of Batman, so let's just do that.
I
Yeah.
wish they had it done. Really wish they had it done.
And that's
done that.
just what they did in that scene with
Yeah.
like the grappling and all. He's using all of his Batman skills that we all know he's got, and we never see. Like we see Christian Bale sort of scratching his head and slamming people with his elbows, and that's about it. That's what he does, and he just shouts at people.
Yeah. You've gone on from a great scene in Batman v Superman to just talking about Batman.
I was just
it.
sort of talking about the fact that, you know, you can have good interpretations and good scenes within bad movies, but then that kind of carries over into the better interpretations and, you know, that people like about Batman, like The Dark Knight and 89, that when you actually look at them, the scenes are not great.
In theory,
Yeah.
they should be immense.
Yeah.
Or they have the potential to be
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely amazing, but they sort of fall flat.
Yeah.
Maybe that's to do with hype or viewer perception. It's like, oh my god, I know what's coming next. This is going to be amazing, and then
And
you
then
see
it's
it,
just, oh, maybe not. Yeah, maybe let's just ignore this when we give this movie a glowing review.
I want to mention, I've not. I tried to steer away from too much superhero movie
Yeah, I really tried hard.
because it's dominating Hollywood far too much, and I try and avoid it.
Yeah.
But the one standout superhero movie bit for me was Infinity War, where they're all fighting on Wakanda, and it all looks hopeless, and then boom, Thor.
Oh yeah,
And
the
then
arrival of
Mark
Thor.
Ruffalo
Yeah.
just goes, "Yeah, you're screwed now."
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it's
I
just
really
like,
enjoyed that.
"That's
Yeah.
amazing. That was the best thing. I just kept.
The only
I mean,
thing
was a
that
great
could have
movie in
made that
general.
better is I know the score was good. That's not the score I wanted. I wanted him to slam down into the ground and the Avengers theme plays. And that would have made that moment absolutely immense.
Yeah, because it's the Avengers pretty much all together again.
Would have loved that. Only way to improve that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do agree with you. I did try to avoid as many superhero films as I can, but I think that's one of the things that they do so well is creating this sort of momentous, hyped up scene that gets you that.
Ultron, where they're in that building and then it just pans around them all fighting
Like the first one.
Yeah.
The first hero shot of
In
all
New
the
York,
Avengers together.
with the theme.
Yeah. Excellent scene. Oh, well, that's more of a shot, really, than anything else.
Yeah.
It's just an awesome shot that goes around. But yeah, no. Let's come back off superheroes for a sec.
Yeah. I'm going to dig into. I want to go to Jaws.
Okay.
Because the whole point of that, it was horror, but a different kind of horror. It was almost the first proper believable horror. You know what I mean? Because underneath the water, you don't know what's underneath the water. Holy shit, it's a big shark!
And underneath the water could be a really disgusting looking rubber shark.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's the whole that build up that you don't see the shark, and it's just underwater bits with John Williams' awesome score that Spielberg originally hated because he just sits at the piano and goes boom 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 boom. Spielberg's like, what the fuck are you doing? No, trust me, let me orchestrate it and I'll put it to the scene. And he did, and it's become one of the most recognisable scores in movie history. And it's that build-up with his score, and you're underwater, and you got the people on the beaches, and you got the surfer or whatever it is on the top, like that. And it's that moment, and you think, what is going on here? And you know that there's something coming.
Yeah.
And that's the score bit of the bum 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 bum. That is another great opening scene.
It's a great example of how being creatively limited made the movie better than probably what it would have been if they could have done it today and just had a massive CGI shark ripping things apart. I think it works so much better because
Because it was an actual shark. It was a shark that they built.
and because they kind of didn't want to show the shark because it looked so shit.
But that made it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
You
Yeah.
barely see the shark
it's
at all.
it's that limitation of having this awful prop that you can use sparingly to make the film better and to turn it into something different.
Let's stay on sharks and go to Sharknado 3 where he comes through and he's got the chainsaw on the taxi and just cuts the shark in half.
Never watched a Sharknado movie.
Is it 3? I'm sure
Because
it's
I
3.
refuse on principle. I think it's Sharknado 2 because it was the poster, wasn't it, where he's standing there with the chainsaw. Yeah, yeah,
Memorable.
yeah. I kind of
Crap
wanted
film.
to.
But you're like, why? You just cut a shark in half.
I kind of wanted to stay on the suspense thing, but you've kind of
Okay, no,
thrown
no.
that completely out the window with Sharknado.
Well, when else am I going to get an opportunity
yeah.
to come back to sharks?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Go
We'll
on,
do
go,
a
go.
top 5 shark movies.
Deep Blue Sea. Samuel L. Jackson.
Sharktopus, two-headed shark attack.
Deep Blue Sea.
Anyway, Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, yeah.
2 moments in the same film. Both the end of The Silence of the Lambs
Yeah.
and the intro to Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
The first scene with Hannibal Lecter. Both excellent. Both Anthony Hopkins, so yeah, immediately raises the bar. Suspense-wise at the beginning, even at the end, even though it is the end, it's still that tension.
Yeah.
know?
You think it's been resolved, and then it really hasn't.
Yeah.
This could go anywhere now.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
There's that bit where it's dark, isn't there, as well? And Jodie Foster's walking around almost as if it's found footage. It's not found footage, but it almost could be.
Like
It's dark,
Blair Witch.
and then he sort of appears behind her, and that movie is just great. Yeah. But good. That is probably the best scene. Is the ending.
Yeah.
Completely agree with you there. I hadn't even thought about that.
Oh, right. I went on the internet to find out what other people had said and see if it could spur any ideas to pick some. One that I can't believe that we'd forgotten is Dead Poets Society.
Oh, Captain My Captain.
Yeah.
But I think that's just a great film.
Yeah, but again, it goes on the trail of it's a great film. If it wasn't a great film, that scene wouldn't be as great. Because it's the build up to, almost a crescendo of the plot.
I totally agree. Well, it is the crescendo. It is
exactly.
It is the climax to that movie, and it's a really good scene.
Yeah, it's just.
Should I try and be a bit more descriptive? Do you think? I think a lot of the ones that we've talked about have either been endings or openings.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because my next one I wanted to talk about was the opening scene to Back to the Future. Whereas, wait, so these clocks are 10 minutes slow? I'm going to be late for school. Huey Lewis kicks in, and he's skateboarding and goes around the square and hooks onto the back.
Yeah.
Waves at all doing the in the gym. Like, what? This is great.
Yeah.
And then it mirrors that a bit later on when he's back in the 50s. And I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
It's quite a little bit of a slow build up, and you've got to realise, oh wait, what's this kid doing in this house? All this weird shit going on to the title sequence. And then it's like, oh, he's actually meant to be at school.
Yeah.
It's a normal kid. It anchors this relatability to the entire scene with some cracking popular music from 85.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
Just well executed. Again, it's one of those ones that technically it's been written and scored and soundtracked and just created perfectly.
Yeah.
It's not particularly that sort of hype, awesome, tingly, but it's just great.
Yeah.
It's just that every part of this has been done so well that it just works. Two more that came from a BuzzFeed article. One,
That reliable source of information.
yeah, I know. I just thought I wanted to see what all of these big sites were actually putting on and see if they actually got anything right.
Okay.
Two of these two, I think, are actually excellent. One, Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. I was going to mention Jurassic
Yeah.
Park, but mine was going to be when the T-Rex eats the guy on the toilet.
Yeah, I nearly put that down, And it's like the bit at the end where the T-Rex comes through starts fighting the Velociraptors. But then again, I always think that's not an iconic and great scene. It's just an iconic shot.
Like when the banner falls down.
When the banner falls down and it roars. That's why it's not on my list.
Yeah.
The second-
Actually, I think the build up from the suspense that Spielberg does really well. Where the claws of the T-Rex just sort of let go.
Yeah.
And you think, what is happening here? And they got that build up, and it's dark, and it's raining, it's thundery, and then just and like, whoa.
Oh, when they're in the thing on the.
Yeah, just before you see the T-Rex, it's just before he eats the guy as well, and then. But a lot of that was then replicated in Jurassic World. A lot of that build up, you only catch glimpses of the big scary dinosaur that's the whole baddie, and then the eye shot as well, and then the roaring shot at the end, and then they're getting eaten. But I think a lot of those scenes, it felt like a good continuation of a story.
Yeah.
Because it was such a parallel of the original.
Yeah, because it is so tied in.
The original did so many things right, and it didn't feel much like a carbon copy. Like, if anyone's seen it, the sequel to Mary Poppins Returns.
I haven't seen it.
It feels like an exact following the same formula, the same script, the same things happen at at the same times as in the original movie.
Yeah, we've had that a lot lately, haven't we?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think Jurassic World does it very nicely, and it's more of a hearkening, a fan service to keep those original fans
Yeah.
interested while also sparking interest from a new audience.
Yeah.
Does it brilliantly.
Does it better, in my opinion, than...
We should do a
The
video
Force
on
Awakens.
remakes and reboots
Yeah.
and talk about that further.
Yeah,
because
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Really,
Anybody, if you want to see that, let us know in the comments down below.
I got a bit carried away talking because I did want to
Yeah,
mention Jurassic Park.
I think we should try and tie this up soon because it's already been going on for nearly half an hour. Yeah, the last one, this is just from a BuzzFeed article. It is going back on superheroes, but it's from a different source, and I didn't even think about it because it's so new, is No Man's Land from Wonder Woman. Bit when they're in the trenches and she's just like...
She learns who
and
she is.
Yeah, and she gets out and she goes up the ladder.
Yeah.
And then she started deflecting all these bullets, and then everybody's like, fuck, let's go! And then get up and they're all out, and it's like, ah! That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping that if we can talk about this again at some point, that I'm going to watch Bohemian Rhapsody tonight for the first
Okay.
time. I didn't go and see it in the cinema.
Yeah.
I downloaded it. Actually, legitimately, I paid $11.99 for it on the PlayStation Store before anybody tries to catch me out on that. And I'm hoping that there's going to be. I'm hoping that the Wembley scene, the Live Aid scene at the end, is going to be as amazing as people say it is. I mean, apparently it's an exact copy of the actual one.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
The actual one is great.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I can talk about that at some point in the future.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. If you want to do you could do like a quick review of it if you wanted to for this.
Something like that. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that is going to have a memorable, great scene.
Yeah. Awesome.
Speaking of memorable, great scenes, I'm going to do my Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct there, which is a fantastically memorable scene. It was a girl power scene, that was. I thought it was great.
Right, nice way to end.
Thanks.
Anyway, I think that kind of wraps it up nicely, unless there's any closing thoughts that you want to...
No, I think we've given some decent parameters to defining a great scene at the beginning. I'll be interested to see what anybody else has to say. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to try. You know, so many great films, and with great scenes, and so many bad films with great scenes.
Yeah. So many great films with bad scenes, to be fair.
Yes.
Which is another video idea entirely.
Yeah, we could do that.
If there are any, great scenes that we've missed, there are bound to be plenty. Let us know what your greatest movie scenes of all time are in the comments down below.
We'll discuss them in a part 2 video, maybe.
We could do a commenters edition. Considering this is the first episode, probably not. But if there are any that you would like to discuss with us down in the comments below, then please feel free, go down there and do that. But other than that, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so that you never miss out on all of this fun. And other than that, we will see you all next week. When we will be doing what next week?
Existing songs?
Yes, we will be doing the greatest uses of existing songs in movies. But it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.